What is going on, friends? Chelsea and I are coming to you from an undisclosed meeting room somewhere in the vicinity of SEMA that we've hijacked to talk to you guys about Mustang Touge 2 night shift video that just dropped. Man, where do we start? You know, I have to admit something that I haven't admitted yet.
Okay.
When we first drove this road,
Yep.
I was kind of scared.
Were you? Yeah.
Because when there's the first thing, like one of the first things, like the guys just went out and scouted. You knew the road.
Yeah.
The guys went out and scouted. I watched video, but what the video didn't show was what was on either side of the road. And so when we were like that first scout run, I'm like, oh my God, this is real.
Yeah, I had driven at a speed like many times, and about 3 days before you show up, I find out it's also going to be a night shoot.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait.
Oh, we didn't get that memo to you?
No, and I was like, this is not the road to drive at night.
Especially with like the way that it works in drifting.
Yeah.
Right, when you're pointed, the headlights are there, but you're still looking over there, you know?
That was kind of the theory, and like I drove it a bunch in the day, and I'm like, man, this is fast, this is big, this is gnarly, but like it's manageable. And
Yeah.
we can break it up into sections, but we'll do one full pull, like whatever. We can make it happen. But when I heard at night, I was like, it's so dark here, and the turns are so blind. There's so many turns that are up over a hill and then tight left. So and at night you can't see the tree line.
So you were nervous too?
I was nervous for the night set for sure.
Okay.
I know you knew that.
Okay, perfect. Well, you did mention that.
I was like, nah, I don't know about at night.
All right. So anyway,
We
that was
didn't
it.
die, though.
Nobody died. Almost, but we'll get there. We'll get there in a minute. All right, let's watch this bad boy. That's me. Hey, it's you, dude.
It's me.
Walking through the forest.
Yeah. Trying to find my car.
Cool vision.
Dude, where's my car?
Dude, there's your car.
Already, I'm gonna stop this. How steep this part of this road was.
Yes.
The cars wouldn't even accelerate up the turn pretty much and through the straight. Like normally we have to left foot brake to do a burnout, but like I had very little braking.
Yeah, it had no problem blowing the tires off. Yes.
Yeah, the transition is so good.
Nice work, boys. So
Your transition and the guy's transition. It's good.
Thanks.
Good timing.
Thanks. So keep going, Burp. So the first turn's a right-hander, then the left-hander. And then, right at this moment is where disaster just about happened. So literally like second shot of the day, I go to give Chelsea the bro line. And I gave him the ultra bro line, which put me in the dirt.
In a bad spot.
In a very bad spot. And so I'm now in the dirt. And I'm like, oh man, I got this. And I knew what's on the other side of the dirt, which is about a 75-foot cliff. And I'm just like staying in it, trying to drive out of it. And all of a sudden my rear right tire drops off and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm about to fully rotate and just slide down this mountain. And fortunately there was a tree right here. So I rotate, my rear right's off. I hit the tree and it just pulls me straight back and like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, I had a different vantage point of what happened. I was transitioning and I was staying a little inside because like on a road like this, you stay inside and then you can back up until like the back wheel to go into the next turn. It gives you like a cheater view of what's happening. So I'm on the inside and I'm like, okay, he's definitely got to pull the handbrake here and set the car and add some angle. And you went like just another 10 or 15 feet before you did that. And you were very wide. And I was like, nope. So when I pulled the handbrake to set the car, I just spun the car on purpose. Well, my mirror was lined up and I could not see either of the two trees that you split. And all I see is you going in the hole. Obviously it's my mirror and it's this big and I'm like, car's still shaking, I'm trying to stop, and you just disappear. But I don't know if you disappeared going this way or saved it. And then I hear your car revving and I'm like, all right, he made it.
Well, I heard you on the radio. Nice save, bud.
Yeah, I was like, nice save, bro. Good save, my brother.
thinking, like, because I could have flicked the car and went backwards. But I was like, you need to stay as broad as possible because if you go down, you'll get caught. Whereas if I would have flicked it backwards, it would have just went. Shoo. Where honestly, there's a lot worse places to go down on this mountain. But I didn't go down anyway, so I'm good. But yeah, so I got here, and then a little boop, boop. Yeah, taillight action. Yep, that happened.
Damn.
Dude.
I didn't know that.
So here's the tire track. This says rear tire, yeah. This rear tire.
Oh yeah.
That was a moment. Enjoy it right now.
Yeah.
Let's not do that again.
Nope.
There's some holes out
So
here.
do you think you hit both trees?
You definitely
or
hit
just
this
the
one.
little one?
That's fresh.
But I definitely hit the big one.
Yak the big one with the wheel.
But that's what actually stopped the car from, I think, from rotating more.
Dude, I was 100%. I'm like, I almost like didn't even look and said, get the cable winch. Like, we're digging your blood.
Oh, you thought I was down?
Yeah, I was
Had to have
like,
been, right
belts off, like ready to go. Because this is me spinning out and driving here. I stopped, and in my rear view, I saw you drive out of it, and I was like, oh, god damn. 'Cause
I know you were like, nice save, bro.
And then the whole back of your car's blown off.
Yeah, so that took about an hour and a half to.
I don't even think it was that long. They fixed it pretty quickly.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Wasn't bad. That's a good carbon we make.
That's right.
God, that could have like completely
The whole shoot
the whole shoot.
on the first turn.
I'm not sure that I would have got hurt, but it wouldn't have felt good.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about what could have happened, so it didn't. It's good. It was a good like thing to happen right in the beginning. It was like, ooh, this could happen. We probably need to tone it down a notch.
Yes. But then I realized, because I do this sometimes where like I'm so worried about setting the chase driver up or set you up for the proper turn, and it was so tight and we hadn't played yet. I was like being ultra cautious. But what happened was I was thinking too much about you and not what I was doing, and that's what happens when you do that.
Well, I think too, you were like kind of like, oh, I just need to chill and get through this smooth, not like focused on every little inch of it too.
Right.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the shoot, you were focused on every little
Yes,
inch of
I
it.
was. Glad it happened then.
The smoke and the trees. So I feel like most people when they do Touge stuff, it's always at night and it's always in low power cars. Like maybe not crazy low power, but you know, in the mountains of Japan and all that. Like you always can just see the lead car perfectly. That was not the case.
Yeah, no, this, and you can even see, you can see right here in this clip in the video at 118, like the smoke coming through, you're behind me, and this is like the worst place for that because you're trying to be on me. Like there's one transition here where you literally like front end graze my bumper. Yeah. But you were in the bad spot. You were in the bad spot there for the being chased first.
At night it was worse. During the day it was a little manageable because you can still see the tree line. You could drive by the tree line, but at night it was rough.
Yeah. This is a sick section though. Yeah. And we also had to, the first time we did it, we had to, it was too hard to keep the cars close, so we did change a little bit of setup to give you a bit more grip to be able to, you know, because you had to, when you're on my door, this is so tight, you got to check back and you had to lurch back in. So.
And it was really, the turns were big, but the transitions were tight.
Yeah.
Like there was no space or straight between any of them, so it was kind of tough to dive and get the cars in there. But I think all we ended up doing was taking like 2 or 3 pounds out of the rear of the chase car all for the shoot.
Yeah.
And it allowed you to just have a little bit more to get in there.
Yeah. When we nailed it, it was sick. Dude, you are so blind right there.
Yeah, you can see I start losing where I'm at for a second.
Yeah.
I stayed on the road at least.
Yeah, that was also another bad spot to go off the road. Pretty much everywhere here was a bad spot to go off the road.
Yeah, you were hoping there were trees there. I was wanting to hit trees, for sure.
Yeah.
We did most of this first take too.
Oh yeah.
It was pretty sick. Some of the S's were more just because there were so many of them and we wanted to do, that was sick.
Yeah, that was
The transition
right
was
there.
tight. Yeah. I was risking it a little, front bumper off the road.
Yeah, just a couple times. It was kind of fun to drop the tire off though here and
It's a
there.
little sketchy. Oh, we had another little ups there too.
Oh yeah, you. What happened there? You went off.
I went off. I went
you
off on the
almost
safe
smashed me. It was
side.
like a
I did
downhill.
hit you.
Yeah, it was a downhill.
It was the super blind like left-hander.
Yeah.
And I came through and dived to the inside, but I was going a couple miles an hour too fast,
Yeah.
similar to what you are in the lead,
Yep.
and basically put me in a spot where I had to spin to not hit you, and I put it off on the inside and hit you.
Yeah, what did it do? That bent something.
Tow
Tie
rod,
rod?
I think.
Yeah. We got that fixed. You know, there's a couple of delays. You know, these camera guys take way more time than we do crashing stuff, believe me.
What?
Yes.
I just love the focus.
Oh, we're so in it because we know.
People are like, oh, you're so calm and collected. And you're like, no, I'm just only focused on not dying.
Dude, look at that angle right there.
Yeah, you're putting it on in the dirt.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about the dirt.
That's
that
fine,
was,
though.
dude, you know.
You're trying to graze those like.
I was trying to like make that a wall, dude. Which is sick, by the way. Like this setting and like this, what's that ivy they call it? Does anyone remember the name of the ivy? Kudzu. Look it up.
But yeah, that was part of the reason why I wanted to shoot the here, because I felt like there was. I didn't realize you were in the dirt every.
Yeah, a couple dirt drops, dude.
Oh, that makes sense. You were giving me room for the pass.
I was trying to make room for you, dude.
Good. This was sketchy.
It was sketchy. This was literally the only spot on the road that a pass could happen. And for the video, like we obviously had to have a situation where I chased and Chelsea led. So we looked for the pass. I'm like, there's nowhere on this road we can do it. So we found a spot that wasn't on the road that we were actually using.
It's the same road, just after the break.
Yeah.
So it was cool. It was actually wider than about 18 feet.
True. And it worked perfect. Dude, these
That's
cars
bro
are
line,
so
bro.
rowdy. That's bro line. That's bro line. Perfect. Look at that. And I got greedy. You can see I got too greedy on you and I had to lift.
You did. The tree transition.
Dude, so fire.
The guys were talking about this tree transition, and I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, whatever. Like, I'm like, gotta get this shot, gotta get this shot. And I'm like, this spot's cool. He's like, it's just about the speed of the car, the angle, and this tree location. I'm like, all right. And then I watched it in person. I was like, dude,
Yeah, that's fire.
movie magic.
So that turn and this whole area, like if you're watching this screen, what's the time at 3:13? If you're watching this screen, to stage right, if we went off, was literally like a 300-foot drop.
Oh yeah.
That was one of the worst turns.
At times, at full lock, the front and rear bumper are hanging off the road.
True story. True story. Dude, we were, by the way,
Bobbing.
the speed in the car obviously doesn't feel like this because we slow things down.
Yeah.
But we were going so fast.
Yo, it's 80 miles an hour right here.
It's kind of like practice at FD. Like when you're doing it, it's like, yeah, whatever, we're doing it. But then when you get out of the car and you're like,
Yeah.
that's what we're doing?
Yeah, like going in the inner bank of Irwindale.
Right.
Every single time someone drives in, I'm like, this is it. They're done.
Right.
And their crew's just chilling because they've been watching and I haven't been. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man.
Yeah,
every time.
every time.
Oh, and they pull it off almost every time.
Yeah. This was a fun one. I was nervous that we were going to be able to do this because this was so fast.
Yeah.
This is the fastest section.
We really needed another gear almost.
I agree. It was so fast. But such a dope shot coming up this hill.
The speed doesn't show.
No, on this it doesn't. You're right, but here it does.
1,000 RPM in third gear with a 28-inch tire. That's mobbing.
No, by the way, you dropping this tire right here at 337, dude.
No worries, dude.
You do. You remember what was on the other side there. That was like one of the worst spots to go
But
off.
I'm pointed the right direction. It's fine.
Fair story. I was right there with you. I trusted you all the way
Go
in.
line to line, dude, right
I
here.
trusted you all the way in.
This was my favorite part because it was kind of open and this turn was big and
Yeah.
sweepy.
Yeah, it was sick. Dude, the lighting is so sick. It looked cool like in person. So like,
I knew it was going to be sick in video when I saw it in person. Whoa, whoa.
both of us, dude, just letting the breath out like we're not breathing at all.
I couldn't see anything with the LED light on the
Dude,
helmet.
I know.
You know how when you were a kid?
Look how cool it looked,
I know,
dude.
I know. You know when you were a kid and you were driving and you turned the light on in the back seat of the car and your parents were like, turn the light off, I can't see.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
mean?
now we
Yeah.
have a flashlight in our face and we're drifting on a mountain road at like 65, 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yep. Can we turn the light off?
So the helmet idea came from our team, obviously, wanting to light us up, but they actually, the storyboarding for this and that, they used AI to generate it to see what it would look like. It's pretty cool. It's like this is the first project, and now since then we've started doing storyboarding and stuff with AI, but this was the first project that we saw the concept come to our reality.
That's cool.
AI just didn't think about what it would be like blinding us
Yeah, they're like, oh.
on a road. And then of course our video team just doesn't care. They're like,
Right.
yo, we need this shot. So
Well,
if you die, you die.
No, they're pretty reasonable. They're like, hey, look, I really need it on for this shot. If you can't for another shot and you're gonna die and you're gonna ruin the shoot,
Fair.
then it's fine. We'd rather have something than nothing.
Fair, but it's always about the shot. No, it's always about the shot.
They're more worried about, look, I need at least this.
And then road closed, like, you know.
I hope we have some sort of something of you guys rigging this road closed signed up.
Yeah, it was good.
It was like 2:30 in the morning and I was like actually waking back up watching you guys try to figure this out.
Yeah, it was like sticks together, like a makeshift TP tent stick with no cover tied to a sign.
The Type S Larry Chen lights all over the place.
Yeah, those were sick, dude. Those worked.
They add to it.
They did. They were, and they work so good. And of course, all the Type S underglow in the lighting, like the lighting with our underglow and our roof lights, like it just
Inside the
felt
car
so
and
good.
everywhere,
Yeah, the interior kits, it was sick. And there we go, dude. We're ripping out.
So sick.
Nice to look back at it. Unscathed, 2 arms, 2 legs, feeling good.
Yeah.
Car's still alive. Big thanks to For Performance, Type S, and Pennzoil for making this dream project come as our second Mustang Touge video we've done together.
This one was a bit wilder.
It was a bit wilder.
Yeah.
So will there be a number 3? Where are we going? We'll have to figure that out.
Figure it out.
We were talking about it. Chelsea and I are like, it takes a lot of trust to do a video like this, whether you're in the lead or in the chase. And right now in this moment, I can honestly say I would not have done that with anyone else.
Yeah. I feel the same way. We don't even think about it.
Right.
Like I don't even think about the fact that you could hit me and I could go off, or like vice versa.
Right.
I'm just like, oh, he's not gonna do that.
No, we're good.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, we definitely have a really
Afterwards, sometimes I think about it.
we definitely have a good connection on the track, and it was sick. I'm stoked. Hope you guys like it. If you're seeing this first, make sure you guys check out Mustang Touge 2 Night Shift. It's on my YouTube channel. So yeah, Von Gittin Jr. Thank you guys very much. Thank you, bro.
No worries.
That was fun.
Thanks for having me. It was a blast.
Yep. We'll see you guys soon.
Later.